Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1269 was the summer of 69. Mike Matthews here, 1269, 1269. It's Tuesday. What a day so far. Mike Matthews broadcasting from Café Anyway, the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Today we have the wonderful Disgruntled Fiddle Player,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
the Brewmaster, and Benita. And we get to two interesting segments today: Ridiculous Random Posts,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
and Mike's Scavenger Hunt. Well, today it's Trump telling us his pick for the Supreme Court bunt cake, and it's going to be some guy named Republican, and he's going to be white and old and full of
Mike's Daily Podcast,
hate. Or worse, maybe he'll be young, so he'll be on the Supreme Court forever and
Mike's
hate immigrants,
Daily
hate hippies,
Podcast,
hate anybody who isn't from the 1950s and thinks like the 1950s. That's my prediction today. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I usually am not, sadly. When I want to be wrong, I'm not wrong. But you know what? Actually, I'm wrong all the time. And there's something I've discovered as an adult. The expression, oh, that's not good. I say that a lot. Like a couple weeks ago when it was pouring down rain and it started leaking in my basement. Oh, that's not good. And I think I get that from, was it Goose in Top Gun, who goes, not good, not good. And then they crashed and he died. It's sad. So I guess that's something I do. I don't know why. I swallowed the fly. And then the Republican response to all of this stuff going on at the airports is, well, it didn't happen to that many people. Why is everyone complaining? The countries that were picked for the ban were countries Obama picked. Anyway, they just gloss it over that easily. The media's making a big deal out of it. No, the media's reporting on it. The public is making a big deal about it. And that scares the Republicans, because up until this point, look who just walked in. They seem to have the people on their side. It seemed to be a populist movement. The Democrats were hemming and hawing about Hillary. Yeah, she won the popular vote, but really, Democrats wanted Bernie. Deep down, deep in their gut. Even though they wanted Hillary to be the first female president, which technically she was. She won the popular vote. And they can't take that away from Democrats. But the people now have turned and they're like, no, we don't like this, what Trump's doing. And they're protesting. And they're peaceful protesting, pretty much, so far. With the women protest. Women coming together to protest the way Trump has been. Not the shining light of feminism. So we'll see where this goes. I wanted to talk about something else because all these people are walking in. I'm getting distracted with all you people walking in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? Trump scares me.
It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
It's about time we get a conservative judge in the Supreme Court, because so far it's been nothing but crazy liberals.
No. Yes, no. The sound effect there. Are you boycotting Starbucks?
Yeah, because they want to bring in all these refugees to hire them to serve me coffee, and I don't like that.
Oh. How about you, Benita? Mike, did you get some ointment for your ear? Oh, no, but my ear is healed up. Thanks for asking. That's good. It looked grotesque last week. It freaked me out. There goes Benita. She's off to protest. Because protesting is an American thing. And Trump said that somewhere in one of his tweets. And then Haley corrected me and said, no, Trump doesn't like anybody disagreeing with him. So that's today's podcast so far. There's some other interesting things I'd like to get to. First off, this one. It's called the scavenger hunt.
Mike's scavenger hunt.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
And it's pretty clear.
Now, what am I trying to find in this scavenger hunt? I'll let you decide. First off, a little phone call that I made yesterday.
And how can I help you today, Michael?
Yes, I was calling because in my results, I noticed it said my height was 5'9". At the very least, I'm 5'11".
Okay, Michael, I definitely can help you with this. Can I have you verify a little bit of information for me today? I just need to verify with you that you went on January 26th at 10:30 a.m. at the street in Fremont, California?
Yes.
That's the facility you went to? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm opening up a case. You should hear something within the next 7 to 10 business days, and they'll contact you some formal way of either email or phone call, and debating, they're going to have to look into the results and see what actually was written down. They may need you to go in and have it remeasured for your height. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to have you do, but then when they contact you, they will let you know. But it can take between 7 and 10 business days.
Yes, what I'm trying to find is justice. Because that company that did their little health screening of me said that I was 5'9". No. And at first I thought maybe I misheard them, but no, I got my results yesterday and it did say 5'9", so I had to make a little call. So that lady seemed very nice. Do you like my phone call voice? Hi, I was wondering if you could help me? Yes. That's how it is. This immigration ban is only a temporary one. I don't know why everybody's going crazy.
I know, Mike. It baffled me.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, tell you what.
What?
The Brewmaster's here.
Oh, I didn't say hi to him yet.
Hello, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh boy, have some delicious root beer.
Thank you.
Mike, you look a little taller than 5'9".
Thank you. Yeah, I think I am. Hey, it's the podcast picture now.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Thank you, Ariel. The podcast picture is from Daytona Beach. There was this cool little restaurant that had this nice patio, and you could go down and pet the alligators. Well, not pet them, but you could see them. And it was on the Tomoka River. I think that's what it was, if my memory serves me correct. That's where my mom lives, is Daytona Beach, and that was a fun restaurant. She actually spent Christmas there with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family. So she's having fun out there. I got to give her a call because I want to find out what she thinks about this whole Trump thing and green cards. And I kind of already know what she's going to say. She's going to say, well, we have to keep the terrorists out. But that's neither here nor there, or over there, or anyway, or Café Anyway.
Anyway.
That's what it is. It's Café Anyway. One thing I'd like to say, really sad to hear about John Wetton, the lead singer of Asia, has died. He succumbed to cancer. He had a long battle with cancer. 67 is what he was, colon cancer. I loved his voice. In fact, he did all these side projects other than Asia. Asia did that. It was the heat of the moment, telling you what my heart meant. Don't cry now that I found you. Don't cry, take a look around you. He was with Uriah Heep, Wishbone Ash, King Crimson, Roxy Music. In fact, he got together with the guitarist from Roxy Music, a guy by the name of Phil Manzanera, and they did a project called Wetton Manzanera, and I listened to that album over and over and over again. I think you can listen to it on YouTube now. I loved that album. I got it it didn't do that well. I had the cassette in the bargain bin, and at, what was that store? Was it the Warehouse? Or maybe it was Sam Goody? And I saw the cassette there, and I got it because it was like $1, and I listened to it over and over and over again. So sad to see John. I always wanted to see Asia. I had the chance to see them in Ventura, and then they canceled last minute. I was so bummed, and now I'll never get to see them. The true Asia is gone. Big sad sigh. John Wetton. And John also, yeah, he did a lot of, oh, and this is what's bizarre, is Greg Lake once replaced John Wetton when John Wetton left Asia for a while. And Greg Lake of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, he passed away not too long ago, too. Similar circumstances as well, so I don't know. And they sounded a lot alike, so it's sad. It's an end of an era. Prog rock loses another great one. So that was my wee little bit of a tribute to someone I am a huge fan of and will greatly miss. I'm going to listen to some of his music today for sure. Now, the segment Ridiculous Random Posts.
Ridiculous Random Posts.
Awesome. By the way, if you would like to give me your ridiculous random post, or if you'd like to comment and make your or not so comment, you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com, or go to the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. There's all kinds of links to all kinds of places on social media. You can comment. You can also call me at 336-MM-DAILY, as in Mike Matthews. There is also the Amazon link. You can click on that and buy whatever it is you're going to buy, and that helps us out. You can see all the past podcast pictures at mikesdailypodcast.com. There's also the PayPal, and you can become an Inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster and help us out and get a special greeting from all the Café Anyway characters, and maybe even get a little root beer from the Brewmaster.
Mike, I make the root beer. Oh boy.
You do.
I'm gonna miss John Wetton too.
Yeah, I think we all are. All of us Asia fans. But it was cool that he got back to... Oh, he was with a band called Icon for a while with him and Jeffrey Downs of Asia. And Jeffrey was also with Yes and with the Buggles that did Video Killed the Radio Star. So there's lots of music out there that John did. He just had this awesome voice. And he wrote a lot of songs, and big choruses was his deal, and big jams. Okay, but now the ridiculous random post. We have to move on. This is a short podcast. And there's one... So, I don't know if this is a ridiculous post, but it is a random post that was posted onto a website called Nextdoor. Give them a free plug. But it's a website that's trying to get you to write about specific things in your neighborhood, and it connects you with your neighbors. It's kind of going around trying to make itself as big as Facebook. But instead of that blue color that Facebook uses, they use this green that you'd see on a farm. You'd see out in the farm and on a John Deere green is kind of what it looks like. But it talks about this pit bull. This post talks about a pit bull that I saw once walking Basil the Boxer in the Coal Canyon Lake area of Podcastro Valley. And what happened was this pit bull had been roaming around Coal Canyon for about 6 months, maybe even longer, completely by herself. They named her Pumpkin because the spotting of her happened around Halloween. When you saw her, you could see that she had a rope, like a horse rope, tied around her neck. And she had this around her neck the whole time. But they were able to catch her on Friday, and made me so happy to hear that she is doing well. She's actually doing really well. She went to the vet, and she is, as the person that, I think her name is Daiquiri Daly. She was the one that spearheaded and had to use a lot of volunteers. A lot of people were involved in catching Pumpkin. But apparently she's home with her warm and snuggled up and snoring away, is what she wrote. For once, and I like how Daiquiri wrote this, for once she's actually sleeping and not having to look over her shoulder every other minute. She's an amazing dog. No aggression, all caps, no aggression whatsoever, and she's gentle as can be. She knows what it means to be loved now. Once she is fully healthy and ready, we'll be on the lookout for her forever home. There is also, the story behind how she was caught is very interesting because it required a lot of work because she would just run away from anyone who got anywhere near her. She ran away from dogs. There was a bathroom in the Coal Canyon Park area that she would go into to brave the elements. And I guess she went into the bathroom and they were able to catch her. They had the local animal control. And they caught her. All the guy did was go in, put a leash on her, and walked out with her on a leash. So after all those months out in the wild, she was so domesticated as they caught her and were able to take her to the vet and give her some time to acclimate and I guess do the stuff that they have to do to get the stray dogs back into society. So hopefully they find a good home for her. Pumpkin has been caught. Now, some idiot wrote this because so you can comment underneath it, and one person wrote, was she rescued? This guy Bill from Palomares Hills, which is kind of a hoity-toity, these people think they know everything place. Was she rescued? Maybe. Was she taken from a place she seemed to enjoy? Maybe she didn't want to be caught and put in a cage. Idiot. I know Bill's gonna get a bunch of hate mail for that. And the other ridiculous random post was posted not on Nextdoor or on Facebook or any other social media. It was posted in the New York Times. President Trump has fired his acting attorney general yesterday, removing her as the nation's top law enforcement officer after she defiantly refused to defend his executive order closing the nation's borders to refugees and people from predominantly Muslim countries. In an escalating crisis for his 10-day-old administration, Trump declared in a statement that Sally Q. Yates, who had served as Deputy Attorney General under President Barack Obama, had betrayed the administration by announcing that Justice Department lawyers would not defend Mr. Trump's order against legal challenges. I think you're going to see a lot more of this. The president replaced Ms. Yates with Dana J. Bonte, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, saying that he would serve as Attorney General until Congress acts to confirm Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama. In his first act in his new role, Mr. Bente announced that he was rescinding Ms. Yates' order. Monday events have transformed the confirmation of Mr. Sessions into a referendum on Mr. Trump's immigration order. Action in the Senate could come as early as today. Ms. Yates' order was a remarkable rebuke by a government official to a sitting president and recalled the so-called Saturday Night Massacre of 1973 when President Richard M. Milhouse Nixon fired his Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General for refusing to dismiss the special prosecutor in the Watergate case. As we go outside of Café Anyway, we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Next show, it's going to be Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!